The first ever Boise Music Retreat took place in late April 2026, where 25 musicians, mostly local to Boise, but some from all over the country, came to learn, to be inspired, and to write music together. And it was awesome.
So I wrote it down. Thank you, Steve, for that. I appreciate that. Are you easy to get along? Are you the kind of person that we would want to hang out in a room like this together? Or are you hard to get along with? Drama, right?
After opening night, which took place at my house in a city called Nampa, the rest of this retreat happened in downtown Boise, Idaho.
We are so fortunate to be able to hold a good portion of this retreat at the Jump Building in downtown Boise, Idaho. It's a big building with a lot of different rooms, and we've been in this just amazing space. And it's just been so fun to be down here in the thick of downtown Boise. And we really couldn't have asked for a better place to hold a music retreat than right here.
So guys, first thing I'm gonna do is pass out your music writing assignment for the weekend. And then we've got a Zoom call with the owner of TAXI Music.
And then they would finish up the project. What was even more heartbreaking, people had saved up 20 grand to go to a real studio and make a real record or a real demo.
TAXI is the company that I credit all of my musical success to, and they have been the launch pad for thousands of musicians getting their start in the sync licensing world, and it was so awesome to have the owner stop in and say hi and wish us all good luck. And we flew in James Koshin all the way from Green Bay to spend the weekend with us because he is such a fabulous mentor and songwriting coach.
Well, if you did that with Fleek, your song is dead, right? So, also, I tell all of my writers that clever sounds contrived.
Aside from all of the learning, these musicians were broken into small groups with the express task of writing a song for a very real music industry brief. And they had to write, record, and produce the whole thing in just 3 days.
We were talking about getting past what you guys were saying to us earlier, okay? Because the first reaction, my reaction is, get out of here, leave us alone.
Because in that is so much expectation, right? I thought my songs would be better by now. I thought I'd have more success. I keep doing this, I keep putting them in, and I feel like I'm not getting better. My health condition, chronic condition, I'm exercising, I'm eating right, I'm not getting better. I'm going to therapy and I'm trying to work through my issues and my childhood traumas. Not getting better, right?
These musicians poured their hearts out and allowed themselves to be vulnerable amongst complete strangers, which is a very tough thing to ask of people, but these all-stars all rose to the occasion. My friends Eric Campbell and Jim Thacker, who are two sync agents, stopped by to talk about the music business in general and to alleviate a lot of fears people have when it comes to the future of AI music and what implications it might have in the sync music business.
It took you leaving to show me.
Wanted to get more into the A&R space, so I started tapping at Capitol Records, wound up in their A&R department eventually. Spent a few years there and moved to MCA Music Publishing, which is now known as Universal Music.
We ran a handful of masterclasses with people from my group teaching different areas of the music business.
I'm just going to try to move fast just to get us done in an hour, if we can. I take the original line and I just drag stuff until I get a I can hear it now without necessarily playing it, but...
And then it was off to the Audio Lab recording studio, which is a gorgeous studio that just lends itself to such creativity. Fun fact, this is where I recorded my very first 3 albums before I transitioned into the sync and production music business.
We have our Neumann U87 in there. We are running it through a preamp, and this is a microphone preamp.
We bought a lot of mics at pawn shops. Right?
Oh, what did you like?
Because a lot of people, particularly during the pandemic, went out and bought themselves home recording setups because they were going to be podcasters, and then they decided, well, that's way more work than I thought it was going to be. So they pawned everything.
Some people who don't know what they're doing, they're just like right on the microphone. It just sounds horrible.
It's all written down, and we'll all sign it, so we're all agreed, and we all know. You got 50, I got 25, Angela got 25, and just sign that. There, it's good.
What? What's another way to say it?
I'm used to the.
I'm used to the line.
I'm used to the line. If I'm honest.
No, we're saving if I'm honest.
All right.
I hate the silence.
I'm used to the line.
Okay, I'm used to the line. So we have hate.
I'm uncomfortable with quiet. Honestly, I hate the silence. If there's peace there, I can't find it. I'm uncomfortable with quiet.
One of the reasons I wanted to bring him here is because when we first got placed in this movie, I started looking him up and looking at his other movies, and he has one, particularly this one called Bang Bang, which is like, that is the kind of movie I want to be in. I was like,
when you're doing indie films like this, which the budget, can range from 700,000 to $1 million, $1.2 million on these levels, you kind of, depending on how you have it set up, like, there's a lot of trust in the filmmaker and their creativity.
Raise your hand real quickly if you've hung out with me or Chuck or Joy or Ben at the road rally. Come on, look at all these guys. Yeah. I mean, usually we're a little bit tipsy by that point.
The amount of industry heavyweights we had speak at this retreat was through the roof.
Dude, I had a ball, but I'm like a kid in a candy shop, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I told a bunch of people to come to this, and I've already texted them like 3 times, dude. You f***ed up. Seriously.
We are at the end of day 2. For the past couple of days, we've been in the Play studio, and we have had some amazingly great panels with big time industry music people. And the people here have just been learning so much about the sync music industry that it's probably felt like they've been drinking straight from a fire hose. These days have been long. We started at 9 a.m. both days, and we're going till 10 p.m. each of these days, and we still have one full day ahead of us. We've been powering through with a lot of Red Bull and just a lot of enthusiasm, and everyone is just having the time of their lives down here. We've given them methods to songwriting that have basically flipped their entire approach upside down. And it's been uncomfortable for a lot of people, but to see the light bulb go off in their head and realize why we are so insistent on the music being written in a certain logical format and telling people that no, they cannot pick up a guitar and start strumming, and they can't start singing melody. They just have to tell us what is in their heart. And we've been really insistent that people wear their emotions on their sleeves. There have been a lot of tears and a lot of sharing of very personal, deep stories that have shaped people.
So when I was first an artist, having this kind of a retreat would have been amazing. Just like not having to go through all those things that you go through as an artist, and trying all the different pathways to have like years of experience and wisdom just handed to you on a platter. Yeah, I think it would have been life-changing for me back then, and it was life-changing for me this weekend.
Maybe try the first one. Fire.
Okay.
Don't go up that extra third once.
Tears run dry. I like who I'm becoming as I'm walking through this fire. Here I am. Yeah.
I'm on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then go natural.
I'm on a rising highway.
So the first annual Boise Music Group Retreat has been awesome. It's been an amazing weekend full of information. There's been tons of guests, industry people that have come through to share their knowledge with us, answer our questions, give us tons of information.
I'm learning a ton. I'm stretching my wings, getting out of my comfort zone. I've met a lot of cool people. We're co-writing together. We just barely met. We immediately started co-writing, and I'm really excited about the track that we're creating. We've got information from people all over this industry. I feel like we have an unfair advantage now because of the information that we have, and I couldn't be more grateful.
All of James's classes were really great. All the panelists were great.
Wasn't sure what to expect this weekend, but what a wonderful mind-opening experience to find out this world exists. Not only exists, but it's attainable to people that I know who are doing it.
Wow, what an experience this has been. Amazing. Matt, you're incredible. Putting this together. All the people that you were able to let us rub shoulders with, just the best in the business. And we're just all really so grateful that we got to be part of this experience. It's been so much fun.
So I actually think I would describe this retreat as dangerous. Let me start with why. So many of us are walking around thinking, I am not, I am not, I am not, and that holds you back. Then you get around a whole bunch of other people and they are. And that just makes your not feel exponentially bigger. But then a friend comes along and says, Johnny, I'm proud of you. And he gives you a silly nutcracker award. And you got a friend who you can't tell for sure, but it looks like they're walking with a limp. And they make a special trip across a crowded room to give you a hug. And then you get to be in a room with somebody who creates probably the most beautiful thing you've ever been close to. And you are there.
This has been an incredible experience, and I am coming back next year, and the year after, and the year after, and the year after.